me, I'm telling you that you have what it takes to be successful here in Africa. Those who control the media are the people that's controlling the mind of the people.
Yeah, because that's the gateway.
So
Guys, you know something? We're going to be sharing something very special here. This one is a special. Let me tell you something. Don't tell anyone. You get me? Don't go and tell anybody. If you get it here, keep it inside your pocket, your mind. But you are not stingy. I know you are going to tell a lot of people. Let's rock it. So today we're going to be a special one from KOD.
Sure.
Who is KOD?
So Kwabena Bindako is an entrepreneur, engineer, and author. Before meeting this guy, I was ambitious. When I get out, travel. Yeah, you know, that kind of something. But after meeting him, everything changed. I started seeing opportunity in Ghana. I started believing in myself. I started reading a little bit about history. And now I can say that I'm very confident that I can be very, I'm still on it simple. I can be very successful without moving an inch on the continent.
All right, what's up, lovely people? Village Boy here, 24/7 and Chafaka. And today, as usual, we are back on your screen again to share the little that we know. It's going to be, insightful, very educative and informative. So stick and stay, don't go anywhere. I have my resource person with me here, Eric Yafi. We'll be seeing him, so there's no need for any introduction. All right. And today we will be talking about African advantage. What an amazing topic to talk about on this platform. Eric, you're welcome.
Thank you, bro.
I trust you're well.
Sure, I'm well.
Okay, beautiful. Today we're going to be talking about African advantage.
Sure.
What is African advantage? First of all, tell us, maybe this is not your name.
Okay, so as you said, I'm Kwabena Yafi.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can also call me Eric anyway. Sure. So you asked of African advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are in a world where we have been told that there's nothing in Africa. Just go into our schools. Even when the lecturers are teaching us, they always set examples. When you go to US, when you go to Europe, all these countries, they try to tell you that there's nothing here. And let's also go back to the school. Have you seen any when you are reading, you see Newton, Parkinson law, Pythagoras? Have you seen any, maybe Kofi Menu, an engineer who did something in it?
No.
So this shows that we have been deliberately brainwashed that Africa is nothing, and the advantage that we have, even those who are teaching us, they have no idea what it takes. So maybe after the end of this video, get to know some of the advantage that we have as an African.
What an insightful one, Charlie. This is just the beginning, but I'm trust that it's going to be insightful, more informative.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some of you have the whole knowledge about this African advantage, Take us through what should we know, the advantages we have as an African, specifically as a Ghanaian.
Okay.
So that kind of travel outside, travel abroad before you can make it, we can actually look around our environment and figure out some kind of opportunities for ourselves and do better in our country here rather than traveling.
Okay, sure. So first of all, I'll talk about the African continent as a whole, because we are talking about an African advantage.
Yes.
One advantage that we have as an African is agriculture. Most of us, immediately when you go to school, they take this knowledge out of you. And it's very crucial, agriculture, because when you go, let me tell you, most of us, we don't know what's happening in UK, in all these European countries.
Yeah.
But we have been brainwashed by the media that when you go there, everything is good, everything is awesome. But a few parts of even US, some states, you can't grow crop there. Africa here, everywhere you go, if you put maize there, it will grow. So this advantage has been taken out from us. And when you go, when your father or your grandfather is having a cocoa, when you go to SHS, you go to university, you say that I
can't go back to the farm, like I can't even hold the handle of a cutlass. That kind of thing.
So let me do some calculation. Let me tell you, if you have 10 acres of cocoa, it cannot be compared to a monthly salary. 10 acres of cocoa. Imagine you open, maybe you have that business. So let me tell you something about business. So if I'm an entrepreneur, that means I start with a self-employed. So I start doing it myself.
Okay.
Let me tell you the difference between self-employed and a business. Now, it gets to a point I realize that before I can get a lot of money, me doing it alone won't help.
So you
So
need
then-
you know, external forces
Exactly.
like doing hands.
So then I have to build systems. That place have to be very good with people. I have to be very good in management. Then I'll train the people to also take over. It'll get to a time then the thing is booming without my presence.
Okay.
So the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that agriculture is one of them. And one thing that we the elites, or the one that we are saying we are educated, we have to do is that we have to do it with business mindset. So if I'm going to an agriculture, I'm buying maybe 10 acres land for maybe plantation. I'm going to buy another 10 acres land for maybe cassava plantation. Then that one, I'll do it in a business mindset. So I'm not doing it just because I want to feed my family with it. That's what our fathers were doing. They were just doing farming just to feed our family. That's why we didn't get much. They weren't doing it as a business. So one is agriculture. So if you are here, if you're an African, your mom is having a lot of cocoa, like all these natural resources. Don't let the school has already taken it. Me, until I started reading the books like this, right? We'll talk about it. Then I realized that then I've been doing like this a mistake, because I have to go back now. I call my mom, I'm asking her how many acres does she has. It's unlikely for students of competing university and going, because they have taken that. You know, when you go to school, like it's more like they are pulling something out from you.
You see, one thing that I would say is the white man will never leave anything good for us. So our educational system is not built on the cultures and the systems that we have in this country.
Exactly.
So whatever they have to do to suppress us so that they have power over us, that's what they do. And their target is the schools. They start with the younger generation, all right, the youth, so that they inculcate that kind of education. They give them that kind of miseducation. And at the end of the day, they will veer from the kind of thing that will actually make them bigger and great on a continent.
And the saddest aspect of it is that we are not even aware. If we are not even aware, it's more like you are not even aware that you have been miseducated. That's the painful aspect of the education that they are giving us. You know, when maybe you are a graduate, you see, what's this guy talking about? It's more like it's new to you. But go back. If you want to harness your Africanness, is within farming. So agriculture is one of them. Our people are very friendly culturally. It's those who haven't went outside before. You know, it's hard for you to reach out to someone, but here we are very friendly.
You can enter into anyone's house at any time.
Go and sell something to them. This doesn't happen in other countries. So if you want to sell something, if you want to market something, if you want to start something, you always have the African people. The African people, we are very sociable. You know, we don't really have wars around our house. You can just bump into someone's house, go and eat, and all this stuff. This is also an advantage. And our economy too is business economy. And wherever you find, you know, Africa is filled with a lot of problems. So people can't find food to eat. That problem turn into every problem is an opportunity. So these are all some of the advantages. So the last thing I'll talk about is the problems that we have. If you are here, if you're a graduate and you are complaining that you are not having a job, I always say that for job, as in the white collar job, it's limited, but for an entrepreneurship,
it's not limited.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
You can create something. We have transportation business. You can go there. We have agriculture. I've mentioned that. We have communication, the IT people. So these are all stuff that, you know, we have MTN. What's stopping you to create a different version of MTN that will be doing something better than MTN? People will definitely come to you. So we have to open our brain.
With this kind of, so far, the little entrepreneurs that we have in the country, they've seen a problem that is actually, you know, facing, like the people are facing, and they try to also bring solution, and that's how they are making the money. So I would say, like, you know, becoming an entrepreneur is, like you said, identify the problem and then bring solution to it. Then you can make it. That kind of.
So I want to also add this. So most whites are enjoying the African advantage than the black itself. Ask me why.
Why that?
Okay, so let's take a look at our economy. Most of the business here are owned by whites. So this is what they do.
Is it because they have the financial support?
Nope.
Or why?
In some way, yes. But the thing is, we have been trained. Look at the education. I've never seen a teacher, most of the time, they are telling you that go and create a job. They are not even telling you. So the African advantage, you have to also learn your history. When you read history 5,000 years ago, you realize that the Africans were very brilliant. The Africans create stuffs, but they didn't implement it in our school. So that's why when you go, you don't believe in yourself. You read history. History is the foundation.
History will give you the identity, will make you know about yourself very well, where you come from, and how important you are in society.
You know that you have what it takes. You can endure every pain when you start something, and you can make it big. So let me talk about the whites owning our economy. So the thing is, most of us, like 80% of the population, have been taught that when you complete school, go and look for a job.
That's
most of the time. When the Chinese come here, have you seen a Chinese coming here to apply for a job before?
No, they are coming here for the opportunity, like to
building
explore and then make money out of the.
So they are building business, but we have been told that you just come and. So I think our education, we have to tell people that when you come, even if the job is the last thing that you have to get.
One of the book that I read, Mr. Obendakon, we were going to be talking about it. Guys, you definitely have to get one for yourself. But then he made a profound statement in one of his books. That is the African advantage. He said that the last time he went to China, Guangzhou, and he met one Chinese friend. He said that guy came to Ghana. He spent some time in Ghana. And so the guy asked me, why are they having so many radio channels or stations in the country? So how about if they have they instead of having so much radio and then TV stations in the country, how about they building businesses and doing something that will actually bring development to the country?
And the problem with this
actually spark your brain. That kind of thing.
And the problem with that is that those who control the media are the people that's controlling the mind of the people.
Because that's the gateway.
So the reason why China is that you can't just go anywhere to just pollute the people. Just like someone will just set up, anyone can just go and set up a media company, because they are very deliberate. Even TikTok, they decide what they show. So for the Chinese people, they are showing them invention, innovation. The kids, they are showing them innovation, how to build stuff, how to do that. But take Ghana, take Africa. They are
so it's like they are able to control the algorithm to show the kind of content they would want to see.
The Chinese government have control over because they know that if they feed the people with comedy, sports, religion, they are not going to create anything. So they have control that, okay, my people, show them innovation, entrepreneurship, building business. And no wonder that China is everywhere.
And what man think of, that's what we become.
Exactly.
And whatever you see consistently, that's what we become.
Sure. In this way, China, so I can say that maybe there is a few media in China and it's owned by the government.
Because they want to control the kind of information that comes out. And here too, I wish that our government or our leaders on the continent can also do something about it, because it's about time. One of the online certification that I'm taking, the main objective of the course is finish the course, build your CV, and go and look for a job. Now, right now, I am self-aware. All right, that kind of self-awareness. So I'm learning the course to improve my skill set and also to do something for myself. So assuming like I start my own business, I can use that very practical or the knowledge I've gained from the online course to do my stuff, all right, to control the system, the structures in my business to help me grow. That's what I'm looking forward to see. So if they are telling me, okay, get the job, I'm not saying getting a job is bad, but when you get a job, make sure that you find a problem and solve it. And it's about time for us all to build that entrepreneurship mindset.
Exactly. And one thing that school also does that defeat us much is that when you go to, sometimes when people are going to school, or maybe they are pursuing something, so that this thing that you are pursuing, you get a certificate, there's a new excitement. But if they are pursuing the thing and you said they won't get a certificate, they won't do it.
They won't do it.
So that paper no has deceived a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like where the authorities and the management should make it aware to students that getting certificate does not mean you've made it in life. And so there's other way, like they have to think outside the box to build something. Okay. And that alone will help. Rather than
my stance is that we have to create schools. Fine. If the people go to school, they should go without certificates.
Maybe it may be that we have something that to tell someone that you've been to school.
Just go without certificate, because people are hiding behind their certificate. They think, I saw some man he was selling bread and ice cream cake, like some man they were doing some, and they were saying that the guy is unfortunate to do that. I saw it to be very wrong.
And me, sometimes when I see those things, it's very appalling, very bad to pass that kind of comment. Good. Who's supposed to do that work?
Exactly. So it's more like
the thing is, this is my assertion. It could be like, well, the person is doing that kind of hard job, but what is the added value? Like, what can you do to add value to it to improve the nature? I mean, what a person is doing, so that it will become more flexible, exactly, more easier to do it. But chastising it to be in a way that it is not fine for the person is way higher than, assuming someone who is a graduate. There was this thing, A1 bread, that Dumelo, the guy was selling in traffic, and Dumelo made a comment on social media that, look at these graduates making, hawking on the street. Politics. And the people were all, insulting Dumelo for making that statement. But I see, like, Dumelo also want to make it look like, the guy is a graduate, so why is he selling in traffic? Good. But right now, A1 bread is all over. So look at the number of people he has employed. So that's the kind of advantage that we're talking about here.
So that's why I'm saying that we have been trained that when we are done with school, we should go and look for a job and nothing else. And let me tell you, job will make you wealth. If you want to build wealth, it's in business.
It's in business.
For solve a problem. And Africa, we have a lot of advantage. You have mentioned some here, and I think I have to share something great with you.
The follow-up will be sharing this. So if you are done with it, then guys, you know something, we're going to be sharing something very special here. This one is a special. Let me tell you something. Don't tell anyone. You get me? Don't go and tell anybody. If you get it here, keep it inside your pocket, your mind. But you are not stingy. I know you are going to tell a lot of people. Let's rock it. So today we're going to be a special one from KOD.
Sure.
Who is KOD?
So Kwabena Bindako is an entrepreneur, engineer, and author. So before meeting this guy, I was ambitious. When I get out, travel. Yeah, that kind of something. But after meeting him, everything changed. I started seeing opportunity in Ghana. I started believing in myself. I started reading a little bit about history, and now I can say that I'm very confident that I can be very, I'm still on it simple. I can be very successful without moving an inch on the continent.
Amazing. We have a couple of books here, so if you can walk us through.
Okay. So we have African Advantage.
Okay, so the African Advantage.
So this book tells you what we have as an African. So it's more like this book talks so much about how you can be successful as an African. If you're an African, you are not cursed. You have what it takes to make.
If you're an African, you are not cursed.
Sure.
And before you continue with the rest of the books, this, you can watch TikTok videos for the whole day. This one will take you, if you are a fast reader, it can take you approximately how many hours? Like within 1 hour, you can get it.
Sure.
Like you can get the whole this thing. Exactly. You can finish with the reading.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll be wrapping up, so hurry up and then we'll...
Sure, so this is self-investment. So, whatever we are doing here, we have self-investment.
Self-investment.
So, you bought 3 of the books.
Yeah, 4.
That's 4. Yeah. Good. So, you are investing in yourself. So, this tells you that whatever knowledge that you are not taught in school, you shouldn't go for degrees. You can
self-invest. Self-education is the key.
Sure. Okay. So we also have Streamline, how to teach yourself money. So this talk about financial education. This book is amazing.
You need more money. You need to read about financial education, man. Teach yourself some money.
So I'm here to read this
make
book
a lot of money. So this one is financial intelligence.
Exactly. So
we are talking about financial intelligence here. We have a book here. Very simple. Within some few hours, you are done with the reading. And not just reading per se, but it's going to build your mindset. You get me?
Sure. We also have resilience. You know, when
resilience. You are doing the thing and no one is watching you. No one is patronizing your business. You create content, no one is watching, but still you have the resilience. Yeah, that's a resilient spirit. Okay. All from Obeng Darkon.
Sure.
Beautiful.
So these are unlimited opportunity.
Unlimited opportunities. Sure. You get me? This one is way smaller than even the rest of the books that we've shown you here. But I believe that this one within 40 minutes, you should be able to finish. Exactly. It's a well-concentrated mind can finish reading this and make something out of it.
Sure. So we also have financial freedom.
This one, financial freedom. Who doesn't want to get freedom? I mean, I want freedom past anybody.
Okay, so perspective. I want to talk a little bit about perspective because that's what I'm reading currently. Okay. I'm a slow reader, so I try to consume it bit by bit. Perspective talks much about how the author started his life, and it's amazing. Like how it's amazing. It's amazing. So I recommend everyone just
how Obeng Darkon started his life.
Yes, everything is there.
I need to get this one. Perspective.
Yes. Sure.
See the man, Obeng Darkon KOD.
Sure.
Eric, we are much grateful, excited to have you on board and for you to share this very informative, information with us. And we are excited. What's your last words? Then we wrap up.
Okay, so thank you for inviting me. I'm telling you that you have what it takes to be successful here in Africa. We have been in a situation where foreigners are owning our lands, our businesses, and we have been taught that we should just go there and be yes a master. We have to start raising a generation to love ourselves, to love our country. We shouldn't be selfish. You know, the school that we go, most of the time, it makes us look for our own. Just build a house. But I have to raise a generation that if I'm succeeding and my friends, my people are suffering, that's not enough. And that's what Obeng Darkon is doing. He has built the wealth already, but he saw the need to help Ghanaians, and that's why he have written all these books to help us. Also, it's even helping the continent as a whole. Yeah, so I recommend his book for you, and yeah, that's why
make sure you get his books.
Sure.
I trust that you've learned something great here. We talked about African advantage. Look within your environment. Find that advantage. It could be problem, but weigh it and look at the advantage part and work on it. Opportunities are unlimited. Obeng Darkon is here to serve you with the right information. You can reach out to him on any of the platforms, and he's Obeng Darkon. On Facebook, on YouTube, it's Obeng Darkon. My name is always the Village Boy, and we are here to shock the rest of the world.
Exactly.
I know how we do it. Ancha Faka.
Sharp.